Okay, we're live. Hello, internet. You thought you were expecting an awful goodness, but we didn't today because none of my people were around. None of my co-hosts. They're gay and they have small penises. And then this one to the right of me, Omega, I was all ready to go. Awful goodness was ready to launch at like what 5:45, and he was abnormally late for a Mexican. So, so in lieu of awful goodness, I present to you. If it's just me and Omega, it's the Bean and Fruit Show with Condor, Jazz, and ImegaArts. Or should I say, Smegma Sharts,
Special edition.
Ligma Sharts. So, what's up with you, Bean Boy?
Not much celebrating birthday parties with the family.
Okay. And what did you? Is there standard Mexican birthday fare?
I don't know. What is a standard Mexican for you?
The last one I went to, we had like roasted goat and tres leches cake.
Okay. Well, it was kind of Mexican because there was a shit ton of tacos dorados.
Okay.
Of course, there was cake. Of course, there was beans. And what
Can't.
else?
It's not Mexican if there's not any beans, refried or whole.
Yeah, and it was pretty damn funny because one of my cousins, who is a complete nutcase, uh, didn't wanted to eat the beans on his plate because he already had used one, and he instead used his glass, and he served the beans on that glass.
Ugh, really? That is crazy.
He's a nut job, this guy, but I love him. He's awesome,
Uh,
and
he's a local.
he's also starting his own tacos business. The bastard. He never
Oh
told me.
man, your family's just filled with geniuses.
Well, pretty much all the Mexicans are genius, but some of them are lazy asses.
I know. I mean, you're an artist, but your cousin has the taco stand. I can clearly see who's the favorite and most loved in the family.
Actually, I'm the most loved in the family, because I was the first male born of my generation.
Okay.
That's for that for that reason.
Yes. You just had the fortunate of being the first one born with a penis.
Yeah, before me they were only women.
Ah.
Yeah, because my older cousins all are women.
Ah.
I know there is one male, but he doesn't count because he's from other family.
I see. He's from the other side.
Yeah, from the other
Anyway.
side.
Uh, uh, so I don't know. Nothing really happened with me. It's just been the same cycle: work. Um, yep, work and taking care of the little stupid idiot cat
Mm.
and doing my crochet stuff. they dropped a new, uh, like a sequel to Rainbow Friends, and I have a student who's like obsessed with that game. And so now I'm making him the purple monster and these little things, these new characters called lookies, which are essentially like just little balls with eyes.
Mm.
So that's how that's my life.
What about the moving?
That well, I talked to my roommate and she did say that well, uh things aren't going so well with her her sick relative, and so I gave her like a date in which I need to move in, or else she'll have to like, uh, no wait. Sorry, I'm a little tired because I had to wait for you,
Ha!
you lazy bastard. But anyways, we came to agreement that if I can't move in by the 15th, or she won't let me move in by the 15th, she'll give me my deposit back, and then after she has her family stuff settled in, maybe I can go back when everything's done.
I see.
But what's our first topic of the day? Oh yes,
Okay.
from TMZ,
Oh
Alan
yeah.
Arkin dead at 89. Most people know him as the grandpa from Little Miss Sunshine, but I remember him as Inspector Clouseau.
He also was the dad in Edward Sixerson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I I I didn't realize, because that's one of my favorite movies. So I didn't know that he was the dad in Edward Scissorhands.
Yep.
But
He
yep,
was the dad.
Alan Arkin, Oscar-winning actor. He played the grandfather, Edwin, in Little Miss Sunshine, has died. They confirmed that he died at his home. He started out as a stage performer, and then he joined the damn it, I cannot speak tonight. Chicago Second City Comedy Troupe, because I'm so angry at you.
Oh my! At
I,
me.
I am
Oh,
I am
oh.
so angry at all these people who let me down, and they are now cursed with micro penises and the gay.
But I'm here.
Well, you're here now, but it still doesn't mean so. Your engagement, your penis is slowly growing back to its normal size.
Okay. Moving on.
Okay. Let's see. The legendary actor. He started as a stage performer and was at Chicago Second City Comedy Troupe as an early member, and then he made his Broadway debut in 1961. And he picked up a Tony 2 years later for his work in Enter Laughing. He worked through the decades. He had uh, his movies are The In-Laws, Argo, and Little Miss Sunshine. So here's, we can't play this, but there's a scene from Argo, and then of course he was also in uh, Inspector Clouseau, the dad from Mr. Sitterhands. Oh, he was also in The Rocketeer and Glengarry Glen Ross. I just watched that
Mm,
not too long ago, and I didn't notice him either.
I declare myself guilty of not having seen the Rocketeer,
I haven't seen The Rocketeer either.
and many
I
people say it's a classic. So
well, you know what? Maybe one of these. I think we still have that streaming thingy, Cosme. If they haven't shut it down, maybe we could try to watch The Rocketeer. Maybe start it back up our movie nights like we tried.
the Rocketeer 991 fantasy of Disney Pictures. Okay. I think my sister still pays for Disney Plus, so I can watch it there.
Mm. Boo! Don't give Disney your money. We're gonna do it the old-fashioned way. Find a sketchy streaming
It's
strike.
not my money; it's my sister's money.
Still, she shouldn't be supporting current year Disney. But yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
he was 89, but he suffered a stroke in 2015, but there was no major damage. So R.I.P. Alan Arkin.
I think it was for the best because imagine that he survived that and he was left like a vegetable.
Yeah. But it said he had no major damage, but I don't know. We don't know.
It took the same thing that happened to Vicente Fernandez that he got a stroke and he ended up looking like crap. He survived a couple of days, but he was not
Oh
the same.
right. Wait, Alejandro. Who? Fernandez.
Vicente, the
Ah,
father.
Vicente Fernandez.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah,
okay. Now I
Chente.
remember.
No,
El
Alejandro's still alive.
Chente.
Yeah, he had a stroke as far as I know.
Yeah. And again, too bad the fat faggot isn't here because I specifically chose this article for him. Joe Lindner, aka Joe Aesthetics, bodybuilding star on
Um,
social media, died. He's 30 years old.
he also saw that. What was the cause of that?
I don't know. Let's see.
Hmm.
So Joe Linder, he's known as the Joe Aesthetics on YouTube, died Friday of an aneurysm,
Okay.
and he had over 8.5 million Instagram followers, and his YouTube videos had almost 500 million views. His last post talked about his fitness levels after taking a year off intensive bodybuilding. And then in June, in an interview for an episode of fellow YouTuber Bradley Martin's Raw Talk, he revealed he had a condition known as rippling muscle disease, which
Hmm.
means that it causes muscles to be overly sensitive to movement or pressure. It's like, technically, it's a cramp, he told Martin. Sorry, all Germans get my Arnold Schwarzenegger
Blah,
accent. Dad, do you
blah.
know what I was doing? So I got to the. I'm watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I finally got to the battle tendency part, and whenever Stroheim was on the screen, I would always say his lines like this. It's even funnier because I have the books. Actually, I'm trading my individual books in to get like the omnibuses of battle tendency
Hmm.
easier to carry around. And it's hilarious hearing these read Spanish in a German accent.
Well, dubbing actors do that from time to time.
Hmm.
It's valid.
I mean, I would grab and show you my talent, but I'll admit I am a lazy fuck,
Hmm.
but not as lazy as you,
Oh,
because you're a Mexican. That
yeah,
and
but I come
me.
from a family of Mexicans who work their asses. You see, my cousin, he is not happy with his working healthcare. That's the reason why he started his tacos business.
Okay, okay. Uh, paying tribute on Instagram, his girlfriend, identified only as Nietzsche, said she was with him when he fell ill. He was in my arms, then this just happening too fast, she wrote. She claimed he suffered neck pain in the days before his death. And then she asked his fans to please remember him as Joe Aesthetics. So, yikes. Uh, aneurysm. Terrible way to go.
Yeah, I think that, well, the other guy had it more easy because he had the stroke and go away, but this guy, I think probably he felt it.
Mm-hmm.
So and also he was more young.
Yep.
Yeah, horrible. What the comments
Uh,
say.
well, there's only 9. I don't. Yep. RP the legend, the reason I started working out. Yeah, he's probably up in heaven with like Ziz,
Hercules.
resting in the loving arms of Jesus. A true loss. So sorry, may you rest in peace. Then Jernesto says, sorry about that. I met him while reading this and I'm just sad imagining those close to him. May God rest his soul. Amen. Rest in peace.
Such
And
a shame.
yeah, let's see. Um, yeah, nothing over here.
Well,
So R.I.P. Joe Aesthetics.
press F in chat. So I'm gonna press F in the chat. F,
F's in the
F,
chat.
F, and F. Lots of F.
We see you, Troy Grenzer. F in the chat.
Oh, really? Well, he saw the show. He sees the show. I know that he sees the show. So hi.
Yeah, we see you. Don't act like we don't see you. Yeah, how do you like that with your big ol' honkin' penis? That's what you get from watching this show. Awful goodness, and now the Bean and Fruit Show.
Special edition.
Yes, it's our dick magic.
Now
But
we can
speak.
say that the show is 100% Latino because there is no
Yes,
midnight, there is no Kenobi.
100% Latino. Be gone, filthy white devils. But speaking of terminally online Twitter freaks, good old Muskie
He did again.
joking about Twitter's new reading limits after users vent fury. You know what we say, Omega?
Mm,
We say cope,
oh.
seethe, and in some cases, dilate! Oh. So Elon has announced a temporary cap on the number of tweets users can read each day. It should be permanent. With verified subscribers getting to see a lot more than those without a blue tick. Look at him.
It should
Look
be
at
a
him.
blue penis to make it more funny.
Yeah. He should. Well, I know he has his every time like a news outlet like CNN tries to get a statement, he has it set up where it automatically sends a poop emoji.
Oh, really?
Yep. Oh, the irony of hitting view limits due to complaining about view limits, the billionaire tweeted. Earlier, Musk had said Twitter applied the limits to address extreme levels of data scraping and system manipulation. Whatever that means. And so, verified Twitter users are temporarily limited to reading 6,000 posts a day, which was then later increased to 8,000, then 10,000. Meanwhile, unverified accounts, those without the blue tick, were initially limited to reading 600 posts a day, while the new unverified accounts were limited to 300 posts a day. And then they were later increased to 800 and 400 respectively, and then again to 1,000 and 500. You wake in a deep trance, step away from the phone to see your friends and family, Musk joked. In another post, he said, rate limited due to reading all the posts about rate limits. As per usual, the announcement led to hashtag Twitter down and hashtag RIP Twitter and other coping, seething, and sneezing on the social media site. Let's see. He has not said how long the temporary limits will last. So these terminally online losers started reporting problems shortly after noon UK time, according to and outage monitoring site Down Detector. By 6 p.m., the website had received thousands of reports. Running Twitter is hard, co founder and former CEO Jack Dorsey tweeted. I don't wish that stress upon anyone. I trust that the team is doing their best under the constraints they have, which are immense. And then it comes after people trying to access Twitter on Friday were told they would have to be logged in to an account to view tweets in what Musk called a temporary emergency measure. And I don't think we remember because I haven't been on Twitter. I don't even know if I want to go back on Twitter yet. But in February, an outage meant that many users were not able to tweet, follow accounts, or access the direct message as the platform was plagued by widespread technical problems. I'm sure you suffered through that, right?
Uh, well, what can I say? Uh, One of the things that we have seen recently on Twitter, and even your boyfriend, Paulo Arcadia, point out,
Uh,
is that
No, no, no. I got okay. Finish your thought, and I got something
okay?
to tell you about boyfriends.
Oh my god. Well, he said that maybe all this is not all bad for the reasons that he specified. Sometimes people lose a lot of time on Twitter saying garbage stuff, and with these new measures, people might say, okay, maybe I should stop focusing all my time in all this bullshit and pay attention to the stuff that is important either on real world or on Twitter. Okay, you can go.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen to those who are like always online on Twitter and posting like shit after shit after shit. Like some people we know who shall not be named.
Hmm,
I mean, we could name and shame them, but yeah. Speaking of boyfriends, you know, I have. If there's one other man that I love aside from the fat man, it is Diego Peretti.
I know.
Well, I just recently found out that he is a fan of River Plate,
Oh,
but I am a fan forever and ever of my beloved Boca Juniors.
well, that's something.
And River and Boca are the rivals among rivals. I mean, but now when I think about it, uh, it could maybe it could work out, but unfortunately, my dear Diego will find out too quickly that when Boca loses, he will also lose. If you've seen the memes.
Well, I mean, he can change one day. When I was in high school, I had friends who uh, simped a lot for this football team, El America. You remember that team?
Oh yeah. What is it? Who are the teams against America? Is Chivas and
I think Tigres.
oh,
So
and the Tigres.
yeah, and they eventually dropped that. I don't know if they still simp for the America, but last time I saw them, they didn't do it. So maybe
Maybe. I mean,
anything can happen.
I did manage to infiltrate a River Plate clubhouse here in Peru during the World Cup, and nothing really happened to me.
Hmm.
But as I said, pierde boca, pierde mi familia. And on the well, maybe on the upside, he gets a free nose job. He can get a better nose if that happens.
Yeah.
But I will try to restrain my fanaticism just for him. Unless he's also fanatic, and then, oh man, and then when they have their game together, the River versus Boca game, oh gosh.
Well, I think that in the case of my crushes, none of them have a favorite football team, so we are cool.
Okay, that's just you, but me, I'm a very passionate person. Uh, so what else? Oh, subscribers are able to post longer tweets and also able to make changes to published tweets, as half are adverse and use NFT profile pictures.
Hmm.
And of course, high profile figures and celebrities says the move leaves the platform open to imposters and disinformation.
Really? Because many people are saying that this guy, Christopher Bose, is shitting himself because with the new modifications on the platform, his precious bot Sentinel no longer works.
Oh, I should find help me find that story about they did a raid on the site where Pod's Loader Boy Chad is.
It was in the Discord. I'm looking for it. I look for it.
Okay, thank you. While I finish this up. Well, Twitter has said that the service elevates quality conversations. Let's see. Well, Twitter cut costs and all that, and then December, uh, Elon Musk said that he would resign as CEO as soon as he found someone foolish enough to take the job. And unfortunately, we got Linda Yaccarino, who is a weftard.
But did she really is the one who controls the stuff on Twitter, or she's just a figurehead? Because,
Oh,
for
may-
example, if she really was in charge, despite the fact that she's a leftoid, she will not
mhm,
have allowed all these rules about misgendering to be deleted from the platform.
yeah. Maybe Musk still has some sway, but we'll come back to that, hopefully. But also on the topic of old Muskie, um, Elon Musk Mark Zuckerberg fight can Elon Musk the Zuckbot can fight at the Coliseum. Italian government says. I believe we are truly living in the blessed timeline if this happens. I hope this is a canon event. Looks like a Gladiator sequel could be in the making. An official from Italy's Ministry of Culture has reportedly reached out to Twitter and Tesla head Elon Musk and uh, Mark Zuckbot to coordinate a fight at the historic Colosseum in Rome.
Oh, really? They want to fight there?
Yeah. In
Mm,
response, Musk 52 entertained the idea by tweeting, "Some chance fight happens in Colosseum."
okay.
Uh, both tech moguls, both tech moguls have been in training with Lex Friedman, who's the AI researcher at MIT, hosts the Lex Friedman podcast. He also practices Brazilian Jiu Jitsu and holds a first degree black belt in the sport. And after Musk tweeted earlier this month that he would be up for a cage fight with Zuckerberg, the Facebook co founder shot back by posting a screenshot of Musk's tweet with the with what did it get cut off with the caption "Send me location." So in this picture we have Lex Friedman sparring with Elon Musk. It looks like.
Uh, we needed the fat man here because he's our local expert in fighting.
Yeah, but he's in jolly old England.
Yeah.
Loser faggot. But
Okay.
Lexi says, I did an impromptu training session with Elon Musk for a few hours yesterday. I'm extremely impressed with his strength, power, and skill on the feet and on the ground. It was epic. It was really inspiring to see Elon and Mark doing martial arts, but I think the world is served far better if they train martial arts but not fight in the cage. That said, as Elon says, the most entertaining outcome is the most likely. I'm there for them no matter what. God, I really hope this happens. I need this. I need this so bad.
I
But the
think I think they also need the if they're gonna really make this, I hope they use the music from Star Trek when Spock fights against Kirk.
okay. Or maybe no, it was no. There wasn't any music that played during the Shatner Zorn fight, right?
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah. Anyways, the Zuckbots team reportedly passed on the message to UFC President Dana White, whose people contacted the Italian officials. Uh, and then the Ministry of Culture said that if Zuckerberg and Musk wanted to perform in the Coliseum, they would have to make a non-violent challenge. But the
Mm,
outlet is doubling down, seeing sources with direct knowledge confirm again. The ministry first reached out to Mark Zuckerberg privately, then the request was forwarded to Dana White, the president of USC, and then there was a follow up, and then a call was set for next week, so this week. And
uh,
then Let's see.
It's ironic. The Colosseum was the place where hundreds of people died in the most violent way, and now they
Are
say
you not entertained?
it has not. It cannot be violent. Give me a break.
Oh, let's see. Considered a wonder of the world, must continue to up the hype around having the fight at the Coliseum. Quoting Russell Crowe's character in the film Gladiator, who famously told his troops before battle, "What we do in life echoes in eternity." And then here's another pic of uh, Musk tossing Lex Friedman over his shoulder. And then, meanwhile, Zuckbot had been training in MMA gyms since September with the hopes of competing. And then he also won his first amateur Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament. But then, I don't know if you heard this, but his 75-year-old mom, Mae Musk, declared that she is very much against the idea of her son getting hurt in the ring, and she took to Twitter to share her opposition to the matchup and told people she canceled the fight. Boo!
Oh yeah, I saw that.
And then here's the Zuckbot. Beep boop beep boop. And then Zuckbot winning. Look at that. Absolutely no emotion. He is a true robot. In another tweet, she wrote, "Actually, I canceled the fight. I haven't told them yet, but I will continue to say the fight is canceled just in case."
Zuckerberg reminds me of a character that appeared in Rick and Morty called Mr. Mimsy.
Oh,
You ever saw him?
is he in like the later what episode season? Because I haven't seen any episode past season 4.
Uh, he was a blue guy who apparently helped people and then died after helping the person.
Oh, Mr. Meeseeks.
Ah, that one. That one. I'm confusing with the
Oh,
organ. Yeah, that way.
hi, Mr. Meeseeks. Look at me. He does look like a Meeseeks.
Yeah. Hi, Mr.
Yeah.
Music. He even has red hair, for God's sake.
Yeah. Actually, he's more blonde now, but yeah. Let's see. Where was I? If the historic amphitheater turns out to be the location, it would be the first time in hundreds of years that a fight has been staged at that arena. God, please let this happen! I need this!
Yeah, we want to
And
be entertained. We demand
we
it.
want to be entertained!
I mean, if these guys are rich as fuck, they should be. They should do it.
God, I would totally support rich person cage fights.
Yep.
I hope it sparks a trend. I want to see the richest motherfuckers go in and just beat the shit out of each other. A, a real life celebrity death match. That's why.
Yeah, you're
Celebrity
right.
real life celebrity death match. Come
You're
on,
right.
man. Please. I need this.
That was the reason that show was so entertaining because there were celebrities.
Oh, yes. Oh man, I still say uh my favorite episode was it Bono versus Chris Martin?
Okay. I think I never saw that because I was a Mexican around that time who didn't have cable.
Oh, it was a newer one, but a classic one I remember is um when Celine Dion like exploded and it turned out she was like an alien. Oh yeah, and then there was the Al Pacino versus Robert De Niro, and then they had a fat Marlon Brando sitting off to the side, and then I think in the same episode it was also the Backstreet Boys versus NSYNC,
Oh
and
yes,
one of them defeated the other by shoving Marlon Brando up the exhaust pipe, and they died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
I also remember the one between the Osborne brothers against the Ashley twins.
Oh, oh yeah. Jack and Kelly Osbourne versus the Olsen twins.
The Olsen twins, yeah.
All right. Let's see. Well, the last time was it was a 50,000 capacity stadium and the largest amphitheater ever built and still the largest standing amphitheater in the world despite its age. And of course, saw fights between gladiators nearly 2,000 years ago. But today it can only host a few hundred people and stage concerts instead of battles. In fact, in 2013, Sir Paul McCartney performed an exclusive charity show for an intimate audience of 400 people who paid up to $1,500 each. So
Okay.
yeah, Italy, Zuckbot, Musk, make this happen.
Or what other country will allow that? Such a bloodbath between these two. Mexico.
Yeah, yeah, of course, Mexico. Why not Mexico?
Yeah, they remodeled the Azteca Stadium, and they can do it there.
Yeah. Hold on. Ah, I I just saw something on the New York Post that we are gonna talk about later. There we go. Got to get back on because I saw something else, which we'll get to soon. But anyways, another big story is um well, France is on fire again. It's another day for France. Violence and looting spreads across France after police execution of teenager as Macron parties with Elton.
I can imagine Elton singing Rocket Man and all France is on fire.
Yup.
Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. So, some 667 people were arrested in France overnight as violent clashes between police and protesters continue over the killing of a 17-year-old delivery driver. And this came out on June 30th, so 2 days ago. So it's the third night of violence in a row, with looting now spreading from Paris to across the country, including in Lille in the north and Marseille in the south. Some 40,000 officers have been deployed across France, and then the unrest erupted on Tuesday after French policemen shot a teenage delivery driver in Paris. He has since apologized and since been charged with homicide and remains in custody. Which I wish we had Midnight here because he knows the better story because the teen is actually teen, and there's a rule in France that you can't drive a car until you're like 18, and he was 17, so he didn't
Mm.
have like a license, and he actually tried to run the cop over. That's why the cop had to shoot him, because he was about to get splattered.
And the boy was white or was black because there are black people in France.
I couldn't tell because they said he was black, but he looks more like a Middle Eastern.
For real, it was not white.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Because if it was the United States, there will be riots and protests.
Oh no. I don't know if we can show this on the show, but I might show it to you after. I saw a video from France where a bunch of people are defacing a Holocaust memorial, and you would never guess in a million years the ethnicity of these individuals.
Mm, I bet they have a lot of melanin.
Oh, yep. Some of them, there was a couple that had. about maybe 100% melanin or
Okay.
99% melanin. But yeah, you may have seen it on the Discord. I said, guess the religion.
Oh, the religion. Oh shit. I don't know, but something tells me that it's a very peaceful religion.
Very, very peaceful. I mean,
Okay.
they're so peaceful. Their women don't do anything except for birth children
And work in the house.
and stay in the house. But yeah, here's where macaroni was. I don't think I should.
No,
I hope that didn't get us copyrighted.
I hope not because
But
it's
yeah, look
only
at
a little
there's
tip.
him, and then here's his alleged wife.
The one,
I say wife in quotation marks because I think I remember on a previous show I brought up that there's a conspiracy that his wife a wasn't uh you know,
his mom.
and no, she was uh a man. There's a
Oh,
conspiracy that she was a man, and then she got the old chop chop, and now she's the first lady of France. Yeah, here's the
like Michelle.
yes, allegedly,
Like,
allegedly.
yeah, we don't want to end like what was the name of this woman with an ugly face?
I don't know what her name was, but here's this Nahel guy, the guy who got shot, the kid who got shot, I should say. He's a little ambiguous because to me he looks mostly Arab, or maybe he's just one of those weird like Eastern Africans, like a Somali, you know, where they have like a combination of both like Arab and African features, you
Mm.
know?
No, I don't see them. I don't see anything. I remember it was John Rivers who said that
Ah, yeah.
about Michelle Obama.
Yeah, so I mean, was it wrong? Maybe, but he did put he well, this is another George Floyd thing. He obviously wasn't the best, but did he deserve to get shot in the face? No.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but I guess he and his little teenage brain decided to fuck around and found out he did, unfortunately.
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Yeah, but anyways, back to this. Here's Emmanuel harking back to his French forebears of the elite, rocking out to Elton John. And of course, he's been criticized after he was pictured at an Elton John concert on Wednesday night. And this guy, Thierry Mariani from the National Rally, which is like their a far right party, said, "Well, France was on fire. Macron was not at the side of his Minister of the Interior or the police, but he preferred to applaud Elton John. Le merde." And then here's, yep, burning. And then Macron said that on Friday morning he would hold another crisis meeting over the situation. But the French Interior Minister, Gérald Darmanin, said, "Last night, our front, our police, gendarmes, and firefighters courageously faced real violence. In accordance to my firm instructions, they made 667 arrests. Ho, 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 back at Eiffel Tower." Yeah, here's uh gay dude, dude, maybe dude, gay dude. And then on Thursday, the police officer who shot the kid issued apology to the family. And of course, the family said, "Don't write." They just wanted to have like a peaceful march, but you know, they got to do what they got to do. These people. But yeah, supermarkets were broken into. Young people with batons destroyed a pharmacy and a McDonald's, and the town hall of Clichy-sous-Bois was set alight in the eastern suburbs of Paris. And then here we go. They're setting off like fireworks. But you could totally tell that they're probably doing it just for the sake of fucking shit up. I mean, you know, you know how it be in
Yeah.
Mega. We
Uh,
we we've seen it in the summer of 2020. So,
oh yeah, I remember.
oh right, here we go. Pictured French Algerian teenager. So he's more Arab than typical African.
Okay, that changed the things. Not really, but a little bit.
And then it said ton of people killed, and then 40,000 police officers have been deployed. And then the kid that got shot, and then the mother Monica sat on a truck at a 6,000 person protest, which started out as peaceful, wearing a Justice for Nahel t-shirt. She cried out, "I am for Nahel, I am for Nahel," as protesters responded, "Justice for Nahel." But then, of course, the people decide to do what these types of people do. But yeah,
Well,
grieving mother.
well, at least to a certain degree, in France, they have an excuse to protest and riot.
Yeah, like the whole Greg Floyd
Hmm.
situation. Well, France is learning what that is.
Yeah.
So good luck to you, France. So
How much time Macron has gonna be in power, by the way?
I have no idea. I
Uh,
don't follow the French.
no, me neither, but I think it will be interesting to know.
So what should we do next? Should we talk about paused boy, or should we talk about diversity?
Uh, it's you're the captain of this ship, so you shall.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. From our good friend Andy No, our little rice boy, Antifa are freaking out over this. A federal investigation into a violent attack resulted in one of Antifa's Mastodon unencrypted databases being seized. Mastodon is where most violent extremist Antifa members have relocated to because criminal organization for leftist causes is allowed on there.
There's something that I never ever understood about people who are simping for Mastodon. Are
Ugh.
they aware that Mastodon, even before it became popular, it was where all the perverts from Tumblr went before Twitter?
Yeah, I guess
Well,
not.
I guess not, because based on what you're telling me, a shit ton of them are on that platform right now, and they don't mind.
Mhm. Collectiva, the main Mastodon instance that many Antifa, such as our little paused boy here, moved to, had an admin raided and arrested by the feds. Even better. During the raid, they were working on an unencrypted copy of the Collectiva database, which they claim the feds now have. But now the question is, will the feds do their job and actually come down on them, or are they going to, I don't know, take them over and use them as controlled opposition against our so-called proud boys? That.
Mm, that's the big question here.
But yeah, Collectiva's Social Security Alert. This is an alert for Collectiva's social users. Please read this post in its entirety. In mid-May 2023, the home of one of Collectiva's Social's admins was raided and all their electronics were seized by the FBI. The raid was in part of an investigation into a local protest. 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 Come on, really? Really, dude? Really? A protest? Collectiva was neither a subject nor a target of this investigation. Today, that event was charged in relation to their alleged participation in this protest. Hey, Bean Boy, how much do you want to bet that they got some stuff on there? Stuff that would give them a one-way ticket to the Jeffrey E. Epstein sanctuary for sharks.
I bet a shit ton of that.
Unfortunately, at the time of the raid, our admins was troubleshooting an issue working with a backup copy of the Collectiva.social database. This backup, dated from the first week of May 2023, was in unencrypted state when the raid occurred and was seized along with everything else. So yeah, they're they're pissing, shitting their pants. They're they're in some their wounds, their their gashes are undilating. Or
Something tells me that even Twitter was more safe.
yeah. For example, all the user account information like the email address associated with your account, your followers and follows, all your posts, public unlisted, followers only, and direct DMs. Oh. Possibly IP addresses associated with your account, but then they say the addresses are logged for 3 days and then deleted. So any from logins 3 day priors would be included, and then a hashed version of your password. Ha ha ha. Ooh, we're gonna get a bunch of fresh meat. Prisons.
Well, it was gonna happen sooner or later.
TCD, baby, total commie death. That's what I want. That's what I hope to get.
Makes me wonder what Mr. Loader might be saying on Mastodon right now. If he's still
Yeah.
capable to talk, because probably his lawyer told him, don't talk anymore, or you're gonna fuck everything.
Well, I bet when this broke, old chatty boy was wearing his brown pants. What? Oh, this one from Escape Key. I want to know about funding. That's the primary issue, really is. If the funding goes, all these four hired communists disappear. Yep. And this one. You mean it's just an ideology has high levels of organization? Paging Chris Ray. Paging Chris Ray. He won't do fucking shit. And then I like this person who's like, such drama. seems more likely a staged seizure, perhaps to cover up, protect the feds for their own involvement. Oh. Yeah. Antifa probably glows.
Let's gonna see if that happens because maybe see, okay, they say, okay, I think you have caused enough troubles and you need to be disposed.
Yeah, time to shut the shit down, boys. You served your purpose. We'll take you from here. They'd be like. But here's another W. Warner Brothers Discovery cut high profile diversity leader Karen Horn.
Quack quack quack.
Let's see. Can we sus? Do you think she passes an early life check like Midnight says?
But this is the thing. It seems that who was the first one who fired their chief of diversity? Disney.
I think so. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was Disney. Later was Netflix, and now we have this one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
But tell me, does she fail the early life check, as Midnight would say?
no, I think she
Okay.
has all the requirements.
Well. Oh God, what's this? We gotta get. I'm putting this in another tab. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Let's see. So this is Karen Horn, and Warner Brothers Discovery has laying off uh this bitch right here. Respected executive, haha, who had overseen diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts at the storied film and television company in Burbank. And she became the latest senior executive forced out amid a massive restructuring. And then they announced gone. And then announced Horn's departure to staff on Wednesday, telling the Los Angeles Times. Megan Klein, a spokesperson for the company, confirmed Horn's exit. She said the executive's departure was not part of the cost cutting, but rather rethinking and reorganization of the company's diversity organization. Uh,
Sure, Jan.
but unfortunately, Warner Brothers Discovery's chief global diversity, equity, and inclusive officer, Asif Sadiq, remains. I wonder what.
Give them time. Give them time. They're testing waters.
Horn declined to comment. She's deeply popular and respected in Hollywood creative community. I wonder why, or should I say, I wonder why. Oy vey. She has been a longtime leader in the industry's efforts to ensure that the workforce, as well as films and TV shows, reflect society's diversity. And then she also served as senior vice president for DIE, overseeing all North American components. And she joined the company in March 2020, 2 months before the Grog Flird thing, when the previous owner AT&T was bolstering the entertainment industry's company's commitment to diversity in effort to create a model for the industry. Yeah, look how good that turned out.
Yeah.
In a memo sent to staff members, Sadiq wrote that Horn's departure was part of a reorganization, not a shift in the group's focus. Allegedly. He said the company planned to launch a search for a new president to head diversity and inclusion for its North American business units. Let me picture this. No, autistic, black, trans woman,
You can do better.
Muslim,
You can do even better.
a pre-op,
Yeah.
Muslim, pre-op, disabled, Muslim, black, trans
Blind,
lesbian.
blind, deaf. Trans lesbian. Yeah, I think we have everything covered.
Yep. I don't know what type of. Let's see. Let's see. He said the company planned to launch a new search for. Yeah, we already went that. He said Karen is a talented executive who's committed to our shared goals of creating an even more inclusive company in an accessible and equitable industry. Ah.
I think that the industry was already pretty damn inclusive.
Yeah.
If my memory doesn't fail, back in the 90s, the highest paid actor in Hollywood was Eddie Murphy, and he was
Yeah.
black. He was black.
Yeah, and they keep bitching about diversity. It's just that uh yeah, if you want to get to Eddie Murphy levels, Oprah levels, you got to put in the work, but unfortunately, you guys, some of y'all are pretty damn lazy and just want to live off of Gibbs.
And speaking of people who used to bust their ass in their Hollywood work, we have Jackie Chan. He also was one of the most profitable actors back in the day because since he was popular in China, his movies made a shit ton of money.
Mhm.
So we have a nation, again, people who's not white, making a shit
Mhm.
ton of money, busting their asses because, as you remember, he used to bust his ass in all his movies since he
Dude,
performed his
Jackie
stunts.
Chan literally did his own stunts.
Yeah, yeah, really. Yeah,
And
he
he
did.
paid for it too. He broke his body so many different ways. It's
Yeah,
insane.
I think it was in the movie of what is it called? Problem in the Bronx.
Yeah. Right, yeah,
That
Rumble in the Bronx.
Rumble in the Bronx. At the end credits, you see all the stunt performance, and there is one in which he breaks his ankle,
Oh,
and
no, I
he has to use during the entire uh, shooting of the film some time of prosthesis to look like he's fit because he had to use the bandages over it.
yeah. And also let us not forget that Jackie Chan like literally survived a punch from Bruce Lee.
Oh, that also too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he was an extra in a Bruce Lee movie and Bruce Lee
in Enter the
punched
Dragon,
him and
he was in Enter the Dragon.
yeah.
He was one of the henchmen.
Mhm. Yeah, Bruce Lee roughed him up and he still stood.
Hmm.
Let's see. Uh, let's see. Her role entailed promoting inclusion efforts from the company's workforce as well as its programming. Am I wrong, or isn't there like an entire channel dedicated solely to black people? It's even called Black Entertainment Television,
For
and
real,
most of the shows have black people.
that thing exists.
Yeah.
I think that it's something that you only see happening on parody movies like Scary Movie.
No, no, no. There's a legit TV channel called
Holy.
called BT, and they would
Mm.
show like all the old reruns of like Moesha and the Martin Show and whatever show Queen Latifah was on back in the 90s.
Uh, I can imagine. What was this show that was on Disney Plus with the black chick who can see the future?
Oh, that's so Raven.
That's so Raven.
Yeah, that's so Raven. Oh my gosh, I was in the demographic for That's So Raven. And did I give a shit? Was I bent out of shape that it was led by a black character? No, I thought Raven was so cool she could see into the future. I wish I could see into the future like Raven. But then
And
she had
now,
to
I,
but then unfortunately somewhere along the way as she grew up her brain broke and now she's like some type of weird lesbian.
yes, what I was going to mention.
Yeah. Uh uh not an uncommon fate for child TV stars. She was well she also got her start on the Cosby show.
Ah, that's true. Oh, look, this is what I was meaning. In Rumble in the Bronx 1995, Jackie Chan broke his foot during a stunt, so he
Oof.
finished the movie wearing a sock painting like a shoe over the cast.
Ha!
Yeah, I
Nice.
remember in the bloopers at the end of the movie, you see that wearing the sock that was painting like a shoe.
The cast that was painted like a shoe.
No,
See?
over the
See?
cast, he used a sock that looked like a
See,
tennis.
now we have, we need another Jackie Chan because we're stuck with who did Disney try to prop up, that Simu Liu guy?
Simu.
Yeah, he's no Jackie Chan. I want
No,
to I want to no, I want to see him like without green screen do a fucking backflip off like a 20-foot prop, okay?
this is
Without
something
busting his ass.
that Jackie Chan was talking about recently because they wanted him to be the next Bruce Lee after Bruce Lee passed away.
Yeah.
But he say, I cannot be the next Bruce Lee because Bruce was unique. He has his style. He was an extremely serious guy in all his movies. I'm not serious. I'm like a buffoon. I make comedies like the Drunken Warrior. So that's what works for me. If
No, it
you
was
want me to be serious, I'm gonna fail at the box office. And he was right. All the movies in which he was serious were box office bombs. But in the moment he started to make all these movies in which he made jokes and pranks, it's when he became
yeah.
successful.
Like what, Police Story A and oh, my favorite Who Am I, where he's in the race in Africa and he forgets his and loses his memory.
What's my name? Or
No, it's called Who Am I.
who am I? Yeah, who am I?
Now I gotta watch that again.
I have been trying to finish one with this guy, Sammo Hung.
Oh, Sammo Hong, he's a good guy too.
Yeah, it's about in that one. He's like a chef who knows martial arts and all that bullshit. I have
Hmm.
been trying to finish seeing it, but I can't because I start
What?
to see it and I start then I say, oh my god, I have to finish this stuff and I cannot do it.
Oh, but yeah, I'm trying to think. Is Sammo Hung? I thought Sammo Hung was like the teacher of Jackie Chan.
Really, I thought that they were contemporaries.
I think they were contemporaries, but I think Sammo Hung was like a little older and was like his mentor. I don't know. I have to look.
Hmm.
I have to look that up.
Yeah, here it is, Sammo Hung in Kung Fu Chef.
Oh.
I have not finished seeing it. I start seeing
No,
it
no. Do you know what
halfway
I've
through.
been waiting for? Uh, who's that guy? Steven, what's your name? The Chinese guy who did oh no, what is it? It's the one with the guys with the axes.
The guy
Oh,
with the axes. Hmm.
uh, Kung Fu Hustle. Kung Fu Hustle.
Ah, that one.
Yeah, that guy with the Kung Fu Hustle. Yeah, he was a fight choreographer for Jackie Chan.
Hmm. Okay.
And he also worked on Ip Man too with the guy from uh Rogue One, the blind guy.
Okay. I only saw that one time, Kung Fu Hustle.
Donnie Yen. Donnie Yen. But yeah,
Oh, Donnie Yen. Yeah.
Ka- Kung Fu Hustle 2. Where the fuck is it? I need a fun fucking movie like that. I'm tired of in I'm tired of like what's his name? Shang Kui in the Ten Rings. Boring. Snorefest. I want Kung Fu Hustle 2 with all the crazy shit and
Oh,
and
that's
bad
right.
CSI.
I
Yeah,
forgot about
CGI.
it. Donnie Yen appears in John Wick 4.
Oh, I have yet to see John Wick 4 because I had not in the leisurely to sit through like a 3 hour movie.
No, but it's cool because his character is a blind assassin
Uh huh.
and he pretty much can still kick the ass of everyone in that movie. The only one who is
Oh,
pretty much.
so basically he's his character from Rogue One, except he's actually doing a ton of more fighting.
Yeah, because he's a member of the how's it called board of assassin in the John Wick universe.
Ah. Oh, I was totally wrong. Horn is black. She don't. Maybe she's one of them like Lenny Kravitz, where you have a black parent and a nose parent.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah, she looks like a Lenny Kravitz or a Lisa Bonet. Yep.
Yeah, you're right. He has portrayed two line martial art fighters.
Oh, but yeah. See, this is what we want. We don't want another racism allegory or like you take a classical superhero and then add in woke people who are like, this is why you're so old and out of touch. No, we want.
Actually,
I
that's the
want to
reason.
see Asian people beating the shit out of each other with like
That's the
and
reason
doing
why
flips
those
and
movies
shit.
became famous because all those strokes. It was different.
Enough of this,
Okay.
lady. I am
Bye
tired
bye.
of. I am. No. Hold on. Yeah, I wanna. I wanna. No, I want a good. No, do you know who else fell off? Guy Ritchie. I want Guy Ritchie to come back and give like another snatch or rock and roller or. But no, he wants to do stupid shit. He directed the piss poor Aladdin live action remake.
Guy Ritchie.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Guy Ritchie. He also is the one who made the Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr., isn't it?
yeah, I need something like that too. Uh,
Well, in the case of the Sherlock Holmes movies, I think they were delayed because Robert Downey Jr. was fucking busy with all the MCU nonsense
oh
that he was shooting back then.
shit. Can you try to run something? I gotta go do something quick, okay?
Okay.
Alright.
So, since we are flying solo for the moment, since Jess is not here, so the comment that she made a couple of moments ago was about Guy Ritchie and that we want people like him to do more of the stuff that he was doing a couple of years ago. One of them was Sherlock Holmes. And yeah, I'm all for that. I don't know what is the opinion of all of you in the chat. If there's people who might be watching us, people who like us, or people who hate us. But yeah, those kind of movies are the kind of stuff that we are missing on these days. I mean, just look at uh, all the superhero movies that we are getting, like The Flash or the series like Secret Invasion. It seems like we're getting a little bit of superhero head fatigue. But on the other side, we have stuff that is worth seeing, like Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That even if it has some problems in the plot, but yeah, if the purpose is to entertain people and make money in the process, that's what you need to give the public. Give them something that entertains them first, and in that way, you're gonna get the money. It's also one of the reasons why movies like John Wick keep making a shit ton of money because the people really, really, really gets entertained. And one of the things that also these companies keep asking is how big we can be inclusive and appeal to the diversity quotas. Well, just look to all these movies that they were done back in the 90s. Movies like Blade. I mean, yeah, Wesley Snipes was black, but people really don't pay attention to his race color or the amount of melanin that he had on his body. People pay attention to the story and the action. And on the last, they pay attention to the race of the characters. That's what in every story should be done. Pay attention to the story. not exactly the race. Sure, the race plays a role if that's the focus that you want to go to give to your story. But on the other side, entertainment must always come first in every Hollywood production. Um, if we also want to take another very good example about that, just look at anime and manga who are kicking the asses of the American comic book industry. Because you can assume every time you open a manga or watch an anime that the characters by default are gonna be Japanese or gonna be Asians. But in other times, you don't really give a damn of what their respective nationalities or races. You simply see them doing their stuff, and you pay more attention to the plot, you pay more attention to the drama that is taking place, the romance, the action, the scenes that are happening. And probably most of the cases, you never pay attention to what is the race of every single one of these characters, or even their sexual orientations. There are times in which the sexual orientation plays a role. For example, in Sailor Moon. Yeah, Sailor Moon. Haruka and Michiru were not straight. And even if their romance was not a huge plot point in the story of Sailor Moon, they add something extra that was very interesting to see. And in comparison to many of the stuff that we used to see nowadays in American comic books or series or movies, it didn't feel forced. It felt natural. Probably because the author didn't pay too much attention to that. Naoko Takenouchi probably said, "Hey, I want to have a couple of lesbian characters in my series here and there, but I don't want them to be the main focus of their story because my main focus is this little girl called Sailor Moon." And even if, beside that, there are several indications that Sailor Moon is bisexual. So there you have your representation.
What?
I was talking about all this representation that we have seen in entertainment media,
Mm-hmm.
and how, for example, in the past you have series like Sailor Moon with queer characters, but their sexuality was not really the main defining trait of the character.
Yeah.
Because, for example, Sailor Moon was bisexual, but
Really?
yes, Serena Usagi is bisexual,
Oh,
and nobody gave a shit.
yeah. And then they also had like Sailor Uranus. No, yeah, Sailor Uranus and Sailor Neptune were basically dykes,
Yep, and nobody gave a shit really. Well, unless if you live in the United States, but the rest of the world
which they were
didn't care.
cousins.
Yeah, they were
Which only
cousins.
makes sense unless you're in like the South.
Alabama. Yeah, Alabama.
Roll Tide. And then, I mean, I'm trying to think of what what else did I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Wasn't there like a popular manga that was like had a male romance?
Yuri on Ice. Well, that was an anime. I don't know if it has a manga,
Yeah, and
but
I know like shows like Yu Yu Hashiko had like a trans character.
really, who was trans in Yu Yu Hakusho?
Remember when they went into like when they were doing like the trials and they came across this woman and then I think Yasuke, what was his name? Yasuke?
Yusuke.
Yeah, Yusuke reached under her skirt and found a little more.
Mm, yeah, also in Rurouni Kenshin, one of the uh, how is the name of this asshole? Makoto Shisho. He was a transvesti or a transsexual user.
Yeah, and Cowboy Bebop,
Mm-hmm.
Gren. Poor
Yep.
poor Gren in the live action got the short end of the stick
Yeah, I saw it.
because the thing about Grant, he wasn't like non-binary by choice. It was because he was experimented on.
As a result of being in the military or something like that.
Yeah, and he was like thrown in prison and had to like take these medications which well feminized his body and gave him a sweet rack. And then in
Yeah,
the live action they just that that thing,
yeah, there
the
has been
thing that haunts my
a lot of representation in social media. I remember when one of your friends, Gramuglia, talked about it, saying that Steven Universe was the
oh
one who opened the path for all this queer representation in the West. And I told
lol
him,
no.
dude, what about Harvey Birdman, Attorney of Law? What about Drawn Together? What about South Park? What about 16? They done that way before Steven Universe was an idea on the head of Rebecca Sugar.
Mhm. Okay, now it's working. So let's do, we got two more stories to do before we go. But yeah, first one is Rust prosecutors allege gun wrangler hid cocaine to avoid prosecution after a fatal onset shooting. I'm sure Midnight would have had plenty of stuff to talk about there. Prosecutors in New Mexico have alleged that the armorer Hannah Gutierrez Reed, aka Diversity Hire, passed cocaine to someone else to avoid scrutiny of her handling of weapons on the Rust film, where on the Rust film set where cinematographer Helena Hutchins was shot and killed. And in a new filing, prosecutors said a oh no, muish interference. Ah, okay. Let's see. So Gutierrez Reed transferred a small bag of cocaine to them following the fatal shooting of Hutchins in October 2021. The prosecutors alleged the armorer did so to avoid prosecution and prevent law enforcement from obtaining evidence that could determine her handling of firearms and the circumstances of the accidental shooting. Um, so they did not identify the witness, saying that they will be blacklisted from the film industry from coming forward. And this
Mm-mm-mm.
allegation and this allegation is the latest development in which the newly appointed prosecutors attempts to bring charges into the Rust case. Uh, and then Gutierrez Reed is the sole remaining defendant after charges against Alec Baldwin were dropped. Okay, and then they're also charging her with evidence tampering for allegedly passing drugs to someone else without revealing more details. Hmm. Then her attorney, Jason Bowles, says a secret witness appears 20 months later with no actual corroboration or evidence, and the state won't identify the person. This is a throwback to the secret Star Chamber prosecutions in England in the 15th century that were abolished. So, yeah, so let's hope she gets dinged for involuntary manslaughter. And because,
you
of
think
course, prosecutors, yeah,
you think he's gonna
prosecutors,
really get accused?
I don't know.
I don't have hopes for that.
I I wish to believe, but then
He's like Ezra Miller. He has a lot of help up there.
hmm also Ezra Miller, if you can tell by the first name, he's part of a certain tribe.
Mm, okay. What was his? What is his full name, by the way? Let's gonna
Let's
see.
see.
Ezra Matthew Miller. Yeah, but
That's
still,
pretty nosy.
yeah, the name gives away a lot of things.
He has two older sisters named Saya and Caitlin.
Okay, that says a lot.
Uh but uh his father is of the Nose tribe, but their mother is of Dutch and German descent. And of course, he identifies himself as Jewish and spiritual.
Mm, interesting.
I mean, this dude is literally Kevin from We Need to Talk About Kevin. Alright. And speaking of cocaine, our last story of the day. Uh, rules for thee, but not for me. Hunter Biden filmed himself smoking crack behind the wheel, driving at 172 miles on the way to Vegas.
And nothing is gonna happen.
No, nope. Not a chance. He's above the law. It's good to it's good to have yeah. It's good to have half your DNA related to some senile old fart. Oh my god, I just came to this realization. You
What?
know how in the text that we read on the other show that Joe Biden is like this scheming crafty manipulative. They're totally using the Pinochet defense. Oh, he's just an old man. He's just a doddering old grandpa. He didn't know he was giving money. He was trying to get money from the Chinese. But
No.
yeah, Hunter Biden apparently filmed himself smoking crack behind the wheel of a car in 2018. The same year, he took a picture of himself driving 172 miles per hour in a Porsche, according to thousands of newly uploaded photos from the from the abandoned laptop. Let's see. So he's seen flashing what looks like a crack pipe and smoking it while driving through a residential neighborhood in Arlington, Virginia on June 12th, 2018, according to the photos uploaded by the nonprofit firm Marco Polo. And then less than 2 months later, he's seen racing to Las Vegas on August 1st, and he took a snap of the car's dashboard, revealing he was going at least 172 miles per hour. And of course, they came from the infamous laptop, which also contained messages to multiple women waiting for him to arrive in Sin City for hot tub party.
Hot women or hot young women? Because you know how is this guy? This guy is asshole.
You know, I don't have a bathing suit, and I really wanted to wear a cute bathing suit, one woman named Cheryl wrote to President Biden's son. But I don't like have any money to buy one, so then I'm just gonna have to be naked, right?
What?
Yeah. Hunter Biden has admitted to being high while behind the wheel of the car in the past. The Vegas party, however, appeared to be more than some of the women expected, with another one writing, "Honestly, babe, the problem is you have like too many girls here. Too many girls there." And then she added, "I understand you like a lot of girls. That's fine. Do one at a time. I'm totally not jealous." The Vegas trip appears to have been taken place during the weeks-long bender Hunter Biden admitted to partaking during a January 2019 conversation with, of all people, a hooker, which was caught on film when he forgot to turn off his laptop camera after bumping uglies with her. And then here's the picture of the speedometer. Ooh, yep, 172 miles per hour. Crazy. And then here he is, and here's the. See, he's driving down. Okay, so he's driving down what appears to be a nice suburban street road. Now imagine as well he's flashing this thing right here. A little kid just like maybe their ball rolls into the street and he runs after it.
Oh my god. With this guy, anything can happen, and you know it.
And oh, okay, so this is like a suburb street. Usually they're like maybe the top speed is 25 miles per hour. This fucker's almost going like almost 40. Yeah, it's bad. The speeding incident was only one of several which Biden appeared to disregard traffic and safety laws while snapping photos of himself. And then the one in Virginia shows Biden driving down Old Dominion Drive near the Washington Golf and Country Club, showing off a crack pipe in hand. Oh, maybe he was waiting. Maybe he was driving to see the big guy and play a round of golf. Oh, oh wait. Apparently, he was driving himself to the Washington Dulles airport after missing his flight to Los Angeles.
So that's the reason why he was in a hurry.
Now, this is the one where he's going like almost 40, and what it has to be the top speed limit is 25. Let's see. Here he is cracking it up.
Mm-mm. Imagine if this guy
Allegedly,
was one of the
allegedly.
was
I think it's definitely he's cracking it up.
imagine if this one was one of the Trumps.
Oh god, we wouldn't hear the end of it.
Exactly.
They would be the Trump child would probably be in Supermax in Florence. While the two incidents didn't end in accidents, Biden was not so lucky in the past with his 2021 memoir recounting one such case. So, on October 27, 2016, he nodded off behind the wheel while high and driving on a highway outside of Palm Springs, California. Oh my god. Waking up an instant later, I found myself in midair, the car having jumped a soft curve on the passing lane and soaring at 80 miles an hour into a cloudless blue sky, heading into a gulch that divided I 10. He wrote. Holy sh. The car spun into the westbound lanes, the same direction as the oncoming traffic, and miraculously, there was a gap in traffic until my car stopped dead in the emergency lane, hissing and coughing. Oh, who the fuck did he pray to get that fucking lucky break?
um, I wish to know.
Cause I the wrong son died. The wrong son died. The wrong son died.
You think?
I know.
Imagine if Hunter, I don't know, decided to.
Yeah. Now I don't know. I don't know if Bo Biden would have been better, but he would be miles better than this fuck up.
This one didn't serve in the army or anything like that, isn't it?
No, I
Okay.
think so. I think not.
Well, serving in the military also doesn't make you a prime example of morality.
You're right.
Well,
And then,
there are
uh,
we know SJWs who have served in the army. They're complete douchebags.
yeah. I mean, didn't I tell you like a few shows ago? There's like literal army dudes who are into pup play. Like they literally wear like leather dog masks and their army fatigues.
No, but I won't be surprised.
Okay, but even though he gotten clean. The consequences of his drug use and laptop photos and files continue to plague him. And he's facing a civil lawsuit from the Delaware computer repair shop owner John Paul Mac Isaac. Well, that's a name.
Yeah.
So Isaac filed a defamation suit last year alleging Biden left the store owner to twist and turn for years while falsely insisting that the laptop was not his, but that it had been stolen or hacked instead. Well,
Well,
Biden agreed to plead guilty, but we all know he got the slap on the wrist.
well, if this guy is called Isaac, maybe he has good lawyer connections.
Well, let's hope so.
Well, the
But
name the name is from certain tribe, as far as I know.
but but then again, Biden, he's not. He's yeah, he's getting wrist slapped, and I guess that ends
That will be
today's
all
news
for
coverage.
tonight.
Yep, that's all from the Bean and Fruit Show tonight. So
The first edition of the Bean and Fruit Show.
yes, so Mega, what you got cooking in the old bean bowl that is your brain?
Okay. This week I have to finish a very big commission that I got this Saturday, was yesterday.
Okay.
And what else? What else? What else? I have to work because I have to. There is a guy in my work who went on vacation. Holy bastard! Decides to take his
Uh,
vacation. Uh,
that's the excuse Midnight said for not coming. It's his boss is on vacation. Well,
well, in this
not
case,
surprised. Yeah, not surprised because was it
it's summer.
Wednesday is 4th of July.
Oh yeah, it's true. It's 4th of July there in the
It's
United States.
America Day. It's the day
America,
America was. It's the day America was born.
America,
2,000 years ago.
fuck yeah, America, fuck yeah. Yeah, one of the guys in my work's on vacation, and I have to cover his shift from 1 week. But the thing is that when I go on vacation, this asshole has to cover me. So I'm
Ha
gonna
ha
get my
ha.
revenge when it's my time to go on vacations.
Revenge, revenge.
Yeah, we are used to it.
As for me, I'm probably gonna do another week of repetition. It's work. Uh, I think I get paid this week, and so that means I have to haul the little weasel into the vet to get her blood tested and maybe a bath and I guess a flea pill
Mm.
because I think it's time for her to get her next dose of flea pill so she doesn't give flea bugs. Right, Mew, no flea bugs. And I don't know. I wish I could do something for Merc Day, but to be honest, I don't really like the American expat community because most of them come off as like arrogant dickholes.
But you mean doing something back in Peru in that day?
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I mean, it would be nice to like maybe kick back and have a burger or a hot uh an American made burger or hot dog, but
Hmm.
I don't know. I just don't like the expats here. They're all snobby. They all live in like the nice areas. Like they'll live in the nice districts by the ocean and they think they're so better. And they never venture out and mix up among the commoners. They just want to be in their little bubbles with other American expats and not like chat it up with the Peruvians or Venezuelans, you know.
Well, in my case, I have the advantage that all the guys who come from the US go to live to the state of Mexico, and they stay there most of the time. So I I don't have that problem.
Mm. I miss Guadalajara, but is that CN is that
Uh,
CNJ?
the Cartel of
Yeah,
Jalisco, Next Generation. Yeah.
yeah. Whatever their acronym they use. It's the cartel. It's the Jalisco Cartel New Generation. So I guess that's the show. Uh, thank you, random person, for staying and watching the first ever Bean and Fruit show with Condor Jazz and Omega Arts. I'm Condor Jazz,
Ah, and I'm ImegaArts, the Mexican who
and
is always late.
yep, and we are outie. Goodbye.
Adios.